Hello everyone, this is Rob Malone, your host for American Chevy 360, heard on Blog Talk Radio every Tuesday during the NASCAR season at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, and every Thursday also at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Now this is a simulcast of my radio show on Blog Talk Radio. And we are just streaming live here on Justin.tv, so it'll be just a few seconds before we get into the show, as our automatic intro is playing right now. So stay tuned just a few seconds and we'll be rocking and rolling. All right, good morning. This is Rob Malone, the host for American Chevy 360, heard on Blog Talk Radio and now streaming live on Justin.tv. So if you would like to be a guest on our show for today, our guest call-in number is 646-716-4965, and our chat room is open. I am the Internet Sales Manager at Jim Glover Chevrolet in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where we are Oklahoma's, Arkansas, Missouri, and Kansas' #1 Chevrolet dealer. Now, you can visit us on the World Wide Web at jimgloverchevy.com, and you can see our complete inventory of new Chevrolet car, trucks, and SUVs, or you can even see our complete lineup of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, and we carry a variety of brands, and not only just Chevrolet, but we'll have Ford, Chrysler, Toyota, Honda, Mazda, Kias. We'll have a little bit of everything here at the dealership. Now, while you are on our website, you not only can see our inventory, you can request for a quote, you can get a value of your trade. You can also fill out a credit application where you can be pre-approved, and that usually right now takes up the longest time in the car buying process. So fill out that online secured credit application and we'll get back with you and get you pre-approved. Also, while on our website, you can schedule an appointment with the service department, and you can check out the parts department, and you can order parts directly from them and have them shipped to you. And as always, our chat room is open from 8 a.m. till 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and that is Central Standard Time. Also, if you'd like to get in touch with me, if you have a question or a comment, you can email me at americanchevy360@gmail.com. And you can subscribe to American Chevy 360 on iTunes. Just go to the podcast directory, search American Chevy 360 or my name, Rob Malone, and you can subscribe to the show and make sure that you get all of the past episodes and any future episodes that we may produce. Also, you can go to blogtalkradio.com and you can /American Chevy 360 and you can see all of the shows that we've done. I believe this is show number 68. So we've been doing the show now. We're starting on our 3rd year, and we are just happy to be here and happy to do it. Usually on Tuesdays, this year we're going to, since we've changed to a new format, 30-minute shows. On Tuesday, during the NASCAR season, we will recap the previous weekend show, and then on Thursday we'll preview a car, or we'll talk about credit, GM safety features. We'll talk about here pretty soon about getting your car, now that it's spring, getting it ready for summer. As we know, the two toughest seasons on a car is definitely in the middle of the summer and the middle of winter. So we'll have a show here pretty quick about spring cleaning and getting that car ready for the summer. All right, this week the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series and Nationwide Series visited Thunder Valley at Bristol Motor Speedway. And short trackers usually say that rubbing is racing. And usually that has been the case at Bristol Motor Speedway, as it has provided some of the most exciting racing in the NASCAR circuit with the .533 oval, pretty much an oval track. And usually you'll see a lot of bumping and racing, and you'll see just about anything at Bristol Motor Speedway. But since the new configuration, or the new repavement that they did back in 2007, it has become less rubbing, and we've seen a lot more side-by-side racing, which definitely is something that the drivers are kind of glad to see. And this weekend was no exception to that. But Kurt Busch, or I shouldn't say Kurt Busch, but Kyle Busch was the winner of the Jeff Bird 500 that was presented by Food City. And normally this race had been called the Food City 500, but this year, in honor of Jeff Bird, who was a longtime president of Bristol Motor Speedway, decided to have the race renamed in his honor, which I thought was an awesome idea and a good move on their part. But it's not whether Kyle Busch will win at Bristol Motor Speedway. It's really a question of how soon someone else will find a way to victory lane. Now, Kyle was the first off pit road after the last caution on lap 429, and he held off pole setter Carl Edwards and five-time defending NASCAR champion Jimmy Johnson, who was also the defending race winner. Jimmy won the spring race last year at Bristol Motor Speedway, and it was Jimmy Johnson's, actually it was Kyle Busch's 5th consecutive race at NASCAR's top 3 National Series. And if you'll remember, last fall he was the first driver to win all 3 series at the same track on the same weekend, as he won the Truck on Friday. He had won the Nationwide on Saturday and won the Cup on Sunday in last fall's race. Now, Kyle Busch's victory was his 20th in the Cup Series, and it was his first of the young 2011 season. Kyle is now 33rd on the NASCAR most winning list. And this guy, no matter what he's driving, he can definitely take anything that there is out there and take it to the front. Now, I'm not a big Kyle Busch fan, but it's just a matter of time when he wins his first of many championships. And I really think that he probably has the best opportunity, or the best talent. Well, I don't know if he has the best talent, but he has the best opportunity. I think this guy could definitely drive a dump truck to victory lane. Now, it wasn't decided until Busch pulled away from Carl Edwards after a heated battle that followed a restart on lap 464 of the 500 laps. And Clint Bowyer's blown engine on lap 458 had necessitated the 10th and final caution of the race, which set up a 37-lap green flag run to the finish. Now, while Edwards finished second for the second time in 4 races this season, and Johnson finishing third also for the second time this season, we had Matt Kenseth and Paul Menard who rounded out the top 10. In fact, this was actually Paul Menard's best race in a very, very long time, and Paul Menard definitely had one of the fastest cars on the track. I did not watch all of the race, but the parts that I did watch, I did see that Paul Menard definitely had a fast car, and when he was out front, he definitely was one of the ones to beat. Now, rounding out the top 10, you had Kevin Harvick was 6th, Kurt Busch 7th, Greg Biffle 8th, Casey Kane 9th, and Ryan Newman was 10th. Now, Kyle Busch did say in winning the race that it was definitely the race off of pit road on the final pit stop that was the decisive factor. Now, while Carl Edwards decided to bide his time rather than to bump Busch out of the way, as the two raced in close quarters after the final restart, Edwards thought he would have an opportunity and perhaps another caution in the closing laps. Well, he was wrong on both accounts. And Carl Edwards had this to say, that I don't know that you could really bump a guy and just move him. You might cause a big wreck. You might wreck yourself. And with Jimmy Johnson being right behind us, I thought that maybe it would give him the win. So I just figured we'd calm it down and we'd just race. And it ended up that the fastest car at the end won the race. Hindsight is 20/20, but that's the way it panned out, and that was from Carl Edwards. Now, Kurt Busch took over the series lead, and we'll go over the standings in the Sprint Cup Series, and he leads Edwards by 1 point. Kyle Busch gained 8 positions to the 6th spot in the standings, and Jimmy Johnson jumped 5 spots to 7th. Now, despite running 11th, Dale Earnhardt Jr. gained 1 position to 9th place in the points. And Dale had a very good car, and we'll go over some of the people that made the big gains and the ones that were the big losers in that race. But it definitely was marred by 10 cautions, and during the last caution, probably Jimmy Johnson, who really had a very good shot at winning the race also. In fact, he went in the last pit stop, I think he went in leading and came out 4th, and that pit stop actually cost Johnson a shot at the victory. And what had happened was during the pit stop under caution, Johnson's rear tire changer slipped while running from the right side to the left side of the car, and that caused more time in the pit, and Jimmy Johnson coming out in 4th, and he was only able to make up 1 spot in the race. So that probably cost Jimmy the race, because if he gets out front, there's no doubt that track, just like a lot of tracks, if you get out front, you get clean air, you're definitely going to stay out front as long as your car's running. But Jimmy had a hard time passing some of the guys, trying to get inside them as the outside track. And there we go. We've got the side-by-side racing that maybe the fans don't like, but the drivers do. And if you could keep your speed coming off of turn 2 and turn 4, you can keep it down the straightaway, your chances of staying out in front of the guy behind you were tremendous. And you really just needed, if you were on the inside, you needed that guy on the outside to make a mistake for you to be able to get by him. So it really was an exciting race, even though, like we said, we don't have the rubbing and banging like we used to. And really, Bristol, to me, I like the side-by-side racing more. You did see probably more wrecks that caused more damage